guys, welcome back. I'm very excited to do my first official tutorial. Of course, the most requested tutorial that I get is about my hair. I do apologize for the way it looks right now because I'm about to show you how I do my set. This is from a very old set from a few days ago that I did not properly wrap at night, so it did not hold up on me. The way I prefer to do my pin curl sets is I prefer to do it with a curling iron. 3/4 inch is my preference for my hair type. Just to give you a little bit of background on my hair, it is thicker, more coarse, and more textured. So this is the type of set that works best for my hair. I know some girls swear by a wet set and some really like to do rollers, which I will eventually show you how I do with rollers, but my preference is doing it with the curling iron. The reason why I wanted to show the pin curl set first is because I feel like it's really the key to the best hair. When I'm really wanting to have good hair for a photo shoot, good hair for anything, I make sure to do my set. I like to do my set the night before anything. I usually just wrap it and sleep on it. So then that way when I get ready in the morning, it literally shaves off a half hour, sometimes an hour's worth of time. I'm a little slow moving in the morning. So I like all the extra time in bed as I can get. And so the way I'll do my hair today is I'll show you, we'll do it with bobby pins and with a curling iron. And then I can even show you how I wrap it up before bedtime. I really feel like this is a very important basic process to learn because it can really help your life when it comes to pinup hair. I know a lot of you girls struggle with the hair, struggle with the victory rolls probably first and foremost. This can really make your life so much easier when learning to do the victory rolls because when you're doing the pin curl, it literally puts your hair in the exact shape of a victory roll that you'll need. So what I will use is a curling iron, and I'm going to basically use some bobby pins is how I like to set my hair. I know a lot of ladies like to use alligator clips as well. Sorry. You'll learn that I mess up my words a lot. When I'm sleeping at night on my sets, I prefer to use the bobby pins. It's much softer to sleep on. Trying to sleep on something like this, it doesn't really feel so good. I have to apologize for my hair. It's a little crazy from Monday morning, quick getting ready. So make sure your hair is nice and brushed out first. Makes it easier to run the curling iron through. What I like to do when I start setting my hair, I like to start setting it in the front first because, as many of you might remember, I had Betty bangs over the winter, so they're not very long. So I like to do them first, get them out of my face, and then move on to the rest of my hair. By the way, I'm not going to do the whole tutorial of me doing my hair from forward all the way around because I have a lot of hair and this would end up being a 3-hour hair tutorial with me talking through everything. So I'm going to show you how I do my front first, and then I'll kind of show you how I do my back, and then I'll show you how I wrap it all up. Okay? So I actually just realized I forgot to brush out my bangs, and I have a good amount of hairspray in them from today. So get those brushed out. And I'm going to make sure that I try to get you girls some videos of how I do my victory rolls, because I know a lot of girls struggle with bangs, putting them up in victory rolls when it's pretty simple, because you can see just from my hair being up in a curl all day how easily I'm able to get it up in a roll. So I'm going to first start with, I'm going to section off some hair. Let me see about how much I've sectioned off here. Like I said, I have very thick hair, so I have to section off quite a bit of hair. Okay, so I take my 3/4 inch barrel, and I always hold my iron up very high when I'm curling because I like to really get that height in the fronts. The better you curl it and set it, the easier it'll be for you when you're actually styling it. Now, you don't have to leave it in all night. As long as you let the curls cool before you pull the pins out, you'll be fine. So I take my bobby pin, and I use my teeth, you'll find that out. And I literally, you can see exactly where it is on my head. Take my bobby pin, and then I literally just pin it down flat to my head. As you can see here. And for my girls with bangs, this will really benefit you because you can see mine aren't very long. And for the girls who have shorter bangs, what you can do is when you're doing these rolls in the front, you can do smaller, more individual curls and set them down. For those, generally, I would have to use the actual alligator clips. When I was, once a year I cut Betty bangs and then I grow them out because I miss doing my normal styles. So I've learned over the years, while growing them out, things you can do to help with styling. And I'm sorry I wasn't able to post tutorials when I was doing the actual grow out process. I know that would have made some of your lives a little bit easier. And I do apologize for any stuttering or stammering I do during these videos. Something about video cameras make me awkward and uncomfortable, but an actual camera doesn't bother me. And then I'll finish up this row, and I'll do 2 more. And I'm setting my hair like this because tomorrow I want to wear it down. A lot of you are probably pretty used to seeing my down style. I call it more of like a Marilyn Monroe style hair. Down and curly on the sides, and I kind of brush it out a little bit. That's my favorite style to wear my hair. All the victory rolls are actually a little easier for me to do on myself because my hair just naturally goes into them so easily. I prefer my hair down for the most part. And you'll notice when I'm actually setting my hair, I actually curl my hair down. I actually don't do a spiral curl because the style that I want, I don't want it to look like Shirley Temple all over. And then again, just taking the bobby pin flat to my head so you can see the start of the sets. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to then do this back half of hair, which is a very large chunk of hair. And then I'll come back to you when I'm doing the back of it. Okay, so I got this front portion of my hair set, as you can see. And then something I was thinking about when I was doing this other side is, you probably noticed I didn't really use any hairspray while I was setting my hair. Because of the texture of my hair, it doesn't really require hairspray when I'm setting it. My hair already naturally has kind of that coarse texture, which does help. For those who have more of a silky fine hair, that very baby fine, I call virgin hair, because my hair has been roughed up to hell and back, so my hair pretty much does what it wants now, or does what I want it to now. So something that I recommend to girls who have more of the finer hair, something that was recommended to me by Just W, is Not Your Mother's. It's actually beach texturizing spray. It can help give your hair a little rougher feeling. You can just dry it on, or spray it on your hair dry before curling it, or we also recommend you can spray it on your hair after you've curled it and after you've taken your hair out. Kind of help roughen it up, help you style it a little easier. If you're going to use a hairspray while setting your hair, I recommend a medium hold, a light to medium hold spray. You don't want to use the extra firm hold while you're curling it, because then you're going to get what I call crunchy hair. When you take it out, it's going to actually be hard and crunchy. And then when you go to actually brush out your hair or brush the curls or put it up into victory rolls, you're gonna be destroying that curl from you making it crusty hard with hairspray. So that's just my little FYI on that. The reason I want to show you guys the back, how I do the back of my hair, because I know a lot of people wonder, how do you do the back? You can't see it. Do you use a mirror? I do most of it by feel. The thing is, your set doesn't have to look beautiful. It doesn't have to look perfect in the back, because you're setting your hair to make it pretty later. So I want to show you guys how I did the back of my hair. So basically, I just kind of feel. I generally start at the top, and you'll notice that I actually don't clip my hair up out of the way either. I know a lot of people like to do it in sections or start from the bottom and go up. I don't feel like it's necessary to have to start from the bottom and go up unless that's easier for you. It doesn't matter, because you're going to be letting your hair all cool the same amount of time if you're going to let it set overnight. So you don't have to worry about it cooling on the bottom or the top first. By the time you're done waiting for it to cool, it'll all be cooled off. I know some people do it because it's easier and just because of practicing doing it from the bottom to the top. Honestly, it's easier for me for the amount of hair I have to just go from the top down. So I just reach from the back, from the top, and take my iron. And I'm sorry if I'm talking really fast or I'm a little sporadic. Any questions or any comments you have for me, feel free to leave in the comments portion or email me. I have my email on the channel. So I basically just curl the back. Okay. And then I know sometimes some girls struggle with grabbing the hair. What I like to do is start from the bottom of the curl and just push the curl back up and leave it so that way you take it back to its natural form of curl, and then kind of roll it back up, and then I take my bobby pin and I'll come around from the other side, and then I have it pinned. And that's basically how I'll do the whole back half of my hair. And just so you're wondering, my curling iron is a cheapo. I know a lot of you probably have fancy schmancy curling irons, but I'm so rough on curling irons and I have so much hair that I just refuse to pay a lot of money. I paid $10 for mine from Walmart or Kroger. I know you can for sure find it. I think you can get it at Target too. It's a good old fashioned Conair 3/4 inch, just regular metal iron. And it's never done me wrong. It always gives me perfect curls, so no reason to spend a lot of money on one. I'm quite the frugal pinup, you will find out. If I can get it cheap, that'll be my preference. And then again, you'll see I just grab the bottom of the curl, push up, take it back to its curl form. Sometimes it's easier for me to go this way and pin it, or sometimes I can even just reach around the back and come from the other side of the curl. Okay, so I'm going to finish up the back of my hair, finish up this side for you, and then I'm going to come back on and I'm going to show you how I wrap it. Sometimes I'll wrap it the way I'm going to show you how I wrap it is generally the way I'll do it if I have to go out and about and do errands, or sometimes I'll wrap my hair before a day of work. So then that way if I have plans after work, I've got fresh hair that I can just take down. So I will see you back in a minute. Okay, so I just finished up setting all my hair, as you can see. Some of you may wonder why I set it high and elevated on my head, because you're going to sleep on it. And I've had girls say, but you squish it, right, when you sleep? Yeah, a little bit you will, but the reason why I like to set it this way, because it gives me the height all over, and it really gives you the volume. Not that I necessarily need help with volume with my hair, but I'm always happy with the way it turns out when I set it high and more elevated off my head. So generally what I would do after this is I would give my hair a good spray all over. And then now what I do is if I'm going to go out and about for the day after setting my hair, or run some errands, or if I'm going to work, I would generally use something like this HIPAA headscarf, one that I can tie in a big pretty bow in the front and just cute for the day. So what I would basically do with this is kind of tuck these main ones on the side here, and then I usually like to leave a couple of the rolls open in the front so you still have the cute little rolls. So you kind of just have to move it as you're tying it on your head. And I'm a big fan of the big bows, kind of like a Minnie Mouse bow on your head. So I just tie a big bow, kind of, usually these the little ends to the bow, I just tuck off to the side a little bit. And then I'm sure some of you have seen me post pictures like this with my hair set and the little bow wrap. And then I know a lot of you have like the bandanas that you can buy like at Walmart for $1 at different places. I have this cute little cherry one. What I like to do is if I'm going to be sleeping on my hair at night, I like to wrap all of it in the back so that way I don't have to worry about these coming undone while I'm sleeping at night. So I generally take my bandana, I just cuff one corner down, and that's the part I'm going to put on the back of my head, kind of like on my neckline. And then I pull it around and I pull the little flap forward, give it a good little tie. And then I'll just adjust my little front rolls. And then this little front flap, what I usually will do is I'll take it, pull it over, and tuck it into one of the sides so that way it doesn't get on my nerves all night. So there you go for the bandana users. I'm going to take this out, and because I prefer using more of like a scarf type of delicate fabric, I have a yellow vintage hair wrap that I'm going to use until it dies that I found for 50 cents at a thrift store. And it's got like a million holes in it now because I have used it so much. You can see one little hole here. So typically I actually now started cuffing down the corner that has the hole in it. And then I wrap it around my head. And again, I take that little flap forward. Then I kind of just have to adjust it as I'm tightening it down to make sure it's all secure around my head. And the nice thing about when you put it around the victory rolls, like, or the pin curls, sorry, the pin curls like this, is it actually helps hold it down to your head a little easier. And then I just tie a big bow. Then I take the little flap, tuck it down to the side here. And then typically before I go to bed at night, I'll take a bobby pin and I will pin down right here to the back of my head. So then that way it doesn't want to slip up at night. But usually it stays pretty secure. I usually don't have a problem. So that is my traditional pin curl set that I do. Like I said, this works best for me. You might want to play with how I show you. See if you have something that works better for you. But I would love to see some of the styles that you girls are able to create after you do a good pin curl set. So the next day, or if you want to do the pin curl during the day and then take it out later, I would love to see some of the styles you guys are able to create after doing the good pin curl set, as opposed to just trying to curl it and do it all at the same time. That is all for now, and what I will try to do tomorrow is I'm going to try to show you guys how to preserve your set after wearing it all day, so then that way you don't have to reset your hair every single night, because I do not like to take the time to do it every single night. But I will do my best to get another one posted for you a little bit sooner than it took me this time. But I can't wait to hear from everybody, hear what you guys think.